Activate your ambiguous powers, everyone. It's Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-hosts Lauren, Kayla, and Bruce, and today we are doing the second part. I almost said second half, but it's not really half the game, but we're doing the latter part of Sonic Rush Adventure, which we started last week.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be up front. I DNF.
What's that mean?
did
Did
not
not
finish.
Oh, what?
Oh, really?
I got stuck, and
I'm.
other life circumstances got in the way. So
It was the first week of class this week, so
Alright,
Yeah.
well,
I see.
that's acceptable, that's fine. As long as you know what happens, it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
Okay, well, maybe I'll explain what happens during parts of this. Anyway,
admittedly, I can't blame Kayla for DNFing this part.
I'm
You know,
not-
Kayla, don't tell us how far you got, and let's try to guess at the end.
Yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
can't guess. I already know. So I'm
Okay,
not.
then
part
you're
of
not
this.
allowed
it's a
to.
me and Lauren
Mhm.
challenge. All right.
Mhm.
Well, last week, we got partway through the game, and then we had to grind for a bunch of parts to build a hovercraft. So, that was a good place to end off because it meant that we didn't
Yeah.
have to go through the process of grinding all that week. But, we did that, presumably.
Yeah, I did the initial grind. I did that grind, and then actually, I don't think there were any other grinds after that, were there?
This was the last point before you started just using cheats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cheated here because I knew it was going to happen eventually, so might as well start now.
Yeah, basically. I
think
knew I was going to
pretty close to
eventually.
this as well. But yes, the Aqua Blast hovercraft is I guess I don't know much about how like actual hovercrafts work.
I don't think a hovercraft should be going over open water like this.
Why not?
Admittedly, I don't know for sure.
I don't know shit about hovercrafts. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know ass about hovercraft either, but I've never seen them like over the open ocean, so I only assume.
I vaguely remember Top Gear Jeremy Clarkson, an episode where he turned a car into a hovercraft and tried to drive it in water and it sank.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I don't know if that's just because Jeremy Clarkson sucks at modifying cars, among other things.
Before
Anyway.
you get in the hovercraft, Blaze is like, do you think we should leave this one behind? And then Marine is like, who? And then Blaze is like, you.
At least Blaze is just upfront about like, yeah, you're kind of annoying and we don't want to get you hurt, so can you please kindly go away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of throws a tantrum, and then Blaze is like, "All right, well, you keep running off on your own. If you want this to work, you have to actually listen to us."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But Marine promises to be extra super careful. She's not going
Which
to
I
honor
think-
this promise.
Yeah, but say she not quite promptly, but pretty quickly forgets that promise.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the hovercraft, kind of awkward to control, in my opinion, specifically with how you have to use the stylus to move back and forth, but lift the stylus to shoot, which feels
Yeah.
wrong. Like, I have to
Yeah.
let go and then re-grab it quickly if I need to maneuver again.
Yeah, I feel like I actually had to go do the tutorial because I just did not understand how the hovercraft worked.
They tend to want you to charge your shots, so
Yeah.
that means that you're only lifting the stylus for a second, but
Still
So
feels wrong.
you can also tap the screen to get multiple small shots in for the little guys.
yeah.
So in some ways it feels like we're playing really crappy Star Fox.
Yeah, the problem is if
guess.
you use the tap shot and you're trying to move her around, that really doesn't work.
Oh yeah, no, the hovercraft is probably my least favorite vehicle.
It's not
I-
mine, but it's certainly my third least favorite.
I
Okay.
mean, your second least favorite, your third.
Oh, right.
Most.
My third. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's
Anyway,
you got what I meant.
so we actually get options here. We can go right first or up first, and you can play the zones there in different orders. I always
Oh,
go up
yeah.
first. I think that it.
I honestly don't remember which way I went.
Well, I guess we're gonna cover up first.
Okay.
The next island we visit is covered in ice and snow, and then Marine
okay, yeah.
immediately runs off. So much for that shit.
All of about 10 minutes.
Because apparently Marines never seen snow before, and they're just so excited.
You know what? Australia. I don't think it snows very much in Australia.
It's so weird to consider the implications of this world, because Southern Island is not very big, so has Marine been living here her whole life? Where are all the other people?
She owns the island and made them all go away.
What? She
Probably.
evicted the the other
Yes.
town people.
Yes,
She was the captain, and so she had to say.
that's true. She is the captain.
By her
Where are
own
your
logic.
parents?
She wasn't born. She just came into existence.
Much like the rest of the
Yeah.
Sonic cast.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. But so, Marine runs off and finds an igloo, and Blaze is like, "Oh, there's supposed to be Viking inhabitants living on this island, but they're nowhere to be seen. Ooh, spooky." And Marine's like, "Ah, all the houses are empty, and
Yeah.
looks like we've
Spooky.
got a mystery on our hands, gang."
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, Tails gives Sonic a snowboard.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I'm not nice. I don't like snowboarding
Oh.
in Sonic games, and yet it's a requirement.
Apparently.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
I mean, it would be cool to watch, not play, though.
I don't know. I didn't
Well, I'll
think it was
talk
that
about
bad.
the worst instance of it in this game, but right now, yes, we are starting Blizzard Peaks, and it's Blizzard Mid, honestly.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, this is the start of this game's downfall.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's not
No, it's
ice
not
cap,
bad, but
and I don't like snowboarding.
yeah, the snowboarding's fine. Whatever.
It's
The ice cap snowboarding is basically a cutscene, but here it's like
Kinda,
half the zone is crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, well, and it's that it basically is just like holding right on the D-pad forever.
Well, no, because that's just how it is saying. It's not like that because like if you suddenly screw up a jump and like bang into a wall, then you have to like awkwardly reposition yourself on the snowboard and like move really slowly to like jump up, and you use like springs and stuff when on a snowboard, which doesn't make any sense. So it's like they want you to just go, but then they put blocks in your path. So no, it doesn't really
They're
work.
trying to make you platform with it.
Yeah, which realistically, that shouldn't be what you're being made to do.
Yeah, and the rest of it is, yeah, I guess it's just it doesn't have much of an identity of its own.
It just feels like generic ice level most of the time.
Well, because I'm
It
thinking
doesn't-
about other ice levels. It's like Ice Mountain in Advance 1 has sort of that foresty feel to it. It's got water with
Sure.
the friggin' exploding volcano blocks or whatever. Ice Paradise in 2 has kind of a city aesthetic. 3, Twinkle Snow has that mine and Aurora Borealis. This one just has, like, robots and snowballs, I guess. Or it has, like, weird things you fling off of, like those dangly platforms. It's not a lot.
I will say they didn't go for the usual winter theme. They went for like a more radical one or something, fitting
Sure, yeah.
snowboards.
The music
It's
is alright.
not
I like
really-
it okay.
Yeah.
On the topic of music, this is where I realized for some reason there's a different invincibility theme for every single zone in this game.
I never noticed that. I did
Yeah.
because I only noticed the invincibility theme later on.
For some reason, the invincibility theme in this game is like a Speed Shoes theme, where it plays the same themes the level you're in, but more faster.
It's not just
wonder-
sped up.
It's
it
like
is,
a remix.
Slightly different, yeah.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
So yeah.
Oh, there's like some icicles at one point that you get into in Act 2, I think, mostly. And when you spin around them, it just looks really silly.
Oh yeah, those that does look really silly.
I guess I don't remember that, but probably yeah.
It's
So,
just weird having the 3D models spin around those icicles. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so that's that level. It's fine. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's
But we discover all of the Vikings are polar bears that do not look like Sonic characters.
No, they don't.
You know, with the koalas before, they at least had Sonic proportions, even though it's kind of weird
Sure.
how their eyes didn't look very Sonic-y.
Sure.
These guys are Disney Channel. You know, they're
Yeah, basically.
PBS Kids polar bear men,
Basically, yeah.
and they got frozen.
Yeah. Whisker, I think, realized, or maybe they didn't actually. I think it was their minions that realized that they weren't really being evil. They were just kind of being a scoundrel that just stole a
Mhm.
thing. And they're like, oh, wait, I have a reputation to uphold. I better go like freeze a bunch of people in solid ice. But like when you come up to them, they're like, oh yeah, I froze them. I don't remember why. And then Minnie and Mum or whatever their names are like, oh, you don't remember? Yeah, it's because they were the way they were stopping you from. Actually, I don't. Now I'm forgetting. Like, why? They They weren't stealing anything here, were they? They were just running away from you, right? So I guess they really just did it because they have a reputation or something.
Yeah, I think they just felt like it.
But it's just
Yeah,
weird.
I think so.
Damn it, I'm
Because
supposed to be
Whisker
the
almost
villain of
does
this game,
nothing
and I've
evil in
barely
this
done
game.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, Whisker popped up like fucking what two zones into the game. Usually the villain should be there from the beginning.
Yeah. It's
Well,
okay though, because Whisker has some interesting big boss ghost boss things that don't look like ghosts.
Yes, indeed. Echoing the tradition, he sicks another robot on it. Echoing the tradition, he sicks another robot on us. This is the Ghost Whale, and this boss is interesting because it's less of a fight and more of a platforming challenge.
It's effectively, yeah, it's basically just another stage.
Yeah.
It was neat.
I at this point I realized, oh, they actually are like trying different things for every boss in this game. I'm not gonna say they're all good necessarily, but
Sure, they're not all
most of the bosses in this game are distinct, which is kind of uncommon in a Sonic game.
That is neat.
Yeah, so what you do is you smack his head once, and then you jump inside his body.
To beat him up from the inside.
Yeah, it's a Moby Dick reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts a time limit, and you have to reach his weak point, which is a big red something.
All the weak points of bosses in this game are just flashing somethings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you're on a timer, and there are these like capsules you can destroy to extend the timer, but it's disorienting because this is the only platforming in the game with a wholly 3D environment instead of a 2D one, which absolutely screws with my muscle memory.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Neither did I, yeah.
You guys didn't fall off shit a bunch like I did?
Not really.
A little bit, but
Maybe
it wasn't worse than the normal game.
Yeah.
The ice physics were really the only thing that threw me off in here.
The ice physics were really annoying.
Did they have ice physics?
Yeah, parts of the inside of the whale
are slippery.
They're like covered in ice.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
It was only a few parts, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but it is kind of annoying.
All right.
It's not really that big difficult of a boss. I mean, you spend almost no time fighting the boss because like you just pop out of it and then it like throws a thing at you and then just comes up and you hit it and you go inside. So yeah, it's basically a stage.
Did muscle memory mess with you, Kayla?
No, so I actually didn't go to this stage. I went to a different stage, which I'm now
you did the other one
wondering if
first.
yeah, I'm now wondering if that was my first mistake.
No.
It sounds like I should have gone north first.
I mean,
there was also a
probably.
cutscene I accidentally skipped over, so I got really lost after I accidentally did that, and I was just like, "Oh God."
That's fine. Well, that means that your participation will be staggered throughout this video, which will actually result in it being more evenly paced. Anyway, you smack the boss in its magic uvula 4 or 5 times, and he goes down like the rest.
Yeah, the bosses, while they're each slightly do something different and mildly interesting, none of them are particularly hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
I struggled with this one a lot as a kid, but yeah.
Sure, as a kid, but that's kids are stupid.
Which we'll see a little bit more of pretty soon. But Whisker runs away. Yeah, he fucking runs away. Are you not Sonic the Hedgehog? You can't catch this guy?
He's running away on water.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
All right. Well, whatever. Blaze unfreezes the Viking bears, and one of them, named Norman, tells us there was this mysterious ancient flying island that fell into the sea. Interesting. We had an Angel Island parallel back in Sonic Riders as well. I would say this is not necessarily more to my theory that the future and Blaze's Dimension were originally one place, but it's something.
I guess.
Did you say Riders or Rivals?
Rivals. Because that had Onyx
I
Island.
thought I heard Riders. Okay.
I thought I heard Riders too, but
I totally did say Riders. Maybe I said Riders by accident.
Well, because I felt like that was there's a good reason why you might have said Riders actually.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, there's connections to that too, but yeah, so there's been all sorts of unusual seismic activity coming from the east, and there's another island with another koala guy on it. His name is Daikon.
Yes.
And he's like,
I will. Sorry, yeah, we can talk.
No, you
about
go.
that again. I was just gonna say before I went there, I went to like a hidden island because you pointed out in your little tips thing.
Oh, I didn't think
Uh,
the tips. Oops.
and then the characters found like a little tablet or something, and they're like,
Oh
"Huh,
yeah.
wow,
I did
wonder
go to
what
the
this is."
island.
Well, we don't have time to look at it, and then ignored it. And I thought, okay, that's
Uh,
fine. It was not fine. It was actually a waste of time to do that now.
It was. I did that too.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's the game's fault, not yours.
No, it's the game's fault.
Yeah. Well, Hidden Island 2 is around here. Is that where you find Daikin? It might be a different one, but
I
No,
don't
I
remember the
think-
names
I don't
or the
remember.
no, he
numbers.
directs us further east, and that's where Hidden Island 2 is. Yeah. Hidden Island 2 is full of bottomless pits. It's a giant bottomless pit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
but
not the
don't play
worst
this
of
game
it,
like
though.
Sonic Rush. Well, true.
I mean, I guess not. I just.
Well, yes, but the ironic thing is that this is a rare bit of diegetic level design, because canonically, this island has a giant crater in the middle, so it actually is meant to have
Oh.
a giant pit in the middle.
That's still stupid.
It doesn't
but
make it
okay.
fun. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it makes
no.
it fun.
Yeah, no, that's.
It's also bizarre because, like, after this stage, the characters are like, oh, wow, you can still see the sun even though you're deep underground. So, like, this stage looks like it's outside, but it's actually underground, apparently.
So I think it means that like
Okay.
they eventually go down deep inside the hole. So when they say deep
Maybe.
underground, it's like we're way, way, way below sea level.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, maybe you're right.
So very strange. I wonder why that is. Maybe this relic of an ancient civilization can say, "Oh, Marine drops and breaks it."
You son of a bitch.
Of course.
Yeah. But of all the terrible curses that could put us under, it actually does a positive thing, which is that it causes the entire flying island to be revealed. It launches us all high above the sea. It's the Skypiea arc.
Now we apparently learned that Blaze is afraid of heights, which doesn't track because, like, you've been an altitude limit before and you were fine.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be that big deal at that level.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that that's part of her character because I did know that, but pointing that out, that's very true.
Now, granted, what the hell is altitude limit? I feel like we asked this before, but like,
I
is it
think
just
we did, yeah.
a bunch of poles and rails in the sky?
You know,
It's like a space elevator to
Yeah,
the final
sure.
zone, I think, basically.
Maybe.
yeah.
Anyway, hi, Captain Whisker. You're just here.
Yeah, he sure is.
How did he?
Yeah, he is.
Did he get launched up too?
Um,
Did they steal
I
Jet's
guess?
airship?
Well, you're spoiling.
God.
Because as it is revealed, this is actually not just any floating island, but this is Sky Babylon, once again, from Sonic Riders. Wait a minute, there's a problem.
Hold on a
Well-
goddamn second.
Sky Babylon, slightly different from Babylon Garden, but they do literally look the same on the map screen.
You know, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, I completely forgot that it was called Babylon Garden. I would have thought it was called Sky Babylon.
Yeah,
I mean, Sky Babylon would kind of make more sense for the writers area.
but this is
'cause
another
it's
thing where it's
floating
like it's
island.
so almost connected. You know, does
I
this
don't get
mean
what.
that the
At this
Babylonian
point-
ancestors came from the Sol Dimension? Maybe. I don't know.
Fucking maybe. I don't get what the point of doing all this is to just hand waving and say, oh, it's just an alternate universe.
I never would have guessed that there was any crossover between the two dimensions until Eggman and Nega started meddling with it.
Sure.
So that's weird to think about.
Well, and maybe there isn't. It might just be named this because it is.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of inclined to agree with your theory, Devin, that the Soul Dimension is just connected to Silver's future in some way.
Well, when I
Right,
say
that's true.
connected, I mean that on a development level, I think that they were originally...
Well, sure, development, yes, but I think also at this point there's got to be some writing connection as well.
I don't know.
Maybe at some point during development.
Yeah,
But now
not
there isn't.
anymore. Not anymore. But
Yeah.
during development, like clearly, when they were first being conceived, there must have been some connection.
Yeah, it's
And
very strange.
and all we get to see is just the leftovers of that.
Yeah.
But seriously, fuck Sky Babylon.
Yeah, fuck
Yes,
this
indeed.
zone.
Captain Whisker fucks off, and Sonic actually
True.
gives chase this time, and it gives us a level that looks and
Ugh.
sounds cool. and that's it.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I was ramming my head against a brick wall over and over again,
Yeah,
and
no, it was
kind of
terrible.
wish I had infinite lives.
I had infinite lives and felt like I was ramming my head against a brick wall.
You remember when I complained about the do or die design from other Dimps games, like especially Advance 2?
Sure.
That's all back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just holding back before now, but now they're just returning to their old ways.
Exploding pathways, insta-kill electricity, rising balloon dodging sections, which smack of
Oh
altitude
my
limit.
gosh, I hated that the most of this whole thing.
I didn't
So
mind those.
sensitive.
Yeah.
I hated the death pits.
There's so many death pits. There's the balloons. It's just everything, really. This isn't just everything about this is just
Oh, and
I-
sometimes
painful.
certain falling paths will just bring you right over a death pit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hated this level as a kid, and I hated it as an adult, even though I came here with 0 lives, and I did it.
Well,
Good job.
good for
Good
you.
for fucking you.
I'm not saying that it makes it good. I'm saying that I have that trauma imbued on me from childhood.
I wanted to fucking.
Can we send Devin to the gulag?
Why? He isn't defending this zone.
It's true, he isn't.
I so wish that this level just had better design. Just put more floors, get rid of the instant death barriers. Because if you just did that, it'd be so cool.
It looked cool.
I mean, it looks cool, but like you'd need to redo the whole stage at that point.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the entire state of the stage needs to be redone.
Well, there's a Sonic Advance 2 mod called Sonic Advance 2 SP, I think it's called. And basically all it does is add some floors under a bunch of bottomless pits, and it's basically fine that way.
Interesting.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
actually,
guess you could do something like that.
Fun fact, this is a very, very minor improvement. If you use Blaze on this stage, the fire obstacles can't damage you.
I completely forgot to ask about that because I played as Blaze because I always play as Blaze because Blaze is cool. But I noticed that the fire just didn't hurt me, and so it's like, is that a Blaze thing? It is a Blaze thing. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why'd they just make it easier with Blaze?
Yeah, damn, I played all the stages for the first time as Sonic, and then if I had to replay them, I went back as Blaze.
Well, so I mean, in some ways it's already easier with Blaze because her R button tricks mean that she can save herself from a lot more deaths. But
that's inherent to the character. That's not just like, oh, you're just immune
why
to this
they
hazard.
made this one thing in this one stage just not be a problem, I don't know, because I don't think Sonic has anything like that.
I don't think so.
Also, I'd like to point out that I feel like this stage breaks a rule because in Sonic games, instant death things are extremely rare. Other than falling in a pit, obviously, but just from like a regular attack. And yet, you did mention it. Yeah, there are these electric fields or whatever. Now, in Altitude Limit, those were just below pits that were really tall. But in this zone, sometimes they're not below pits. And so, yeah, they're just electricity that just insta-kills you, which that defies Sonic logic, in my opinion.
Yeah, kind of. Those were really annoying.
Didn't Deadline Zone have them pretty close to normal walking areas, too?
I don't remember. But I think they're always above pits.
I don't like him in any of these, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not great. I'm not gonna say I want that either way.
Yeah, no.
God, what else is even here? Oh yeah, sometimes it sends you into the foreground or background for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, whatever.
Throw me off sometimes, but I was just like,
I guess they thought it would look cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't change it. Anyway, so yeah, not a great time, that one.
No.
Ditto, sort of ditto for the boss.
Oh god.
The boss of this place is called the Ghost Condor, which is weird because it definitely looks like a lizard.
Oh god, I hated this fight so much.
The gimmick here seems cool at first, which is that you're running towards the screen in 3D, and you have to launch Sonic or Blaze up by hitting his projectiles to attack him on the platforms on the top screen. Unfortunately, cannot for the life of me get consistent hits and bounces off this guy, and I waste massive amounts of time falling down over and over.
Yeah, I think this fight was like 5 or 6 minutes long. Also, the moment it started, I got flashbacks to Mach Speed sections.
It's not nearly as bad as that.
No, it's not as bad as the Mach Speed sections.
Yeah, they did do a front-facing infinite runner instead of side, because again, they just wanted to make it look more 3D and cool or
Sure.
whatever. It is a little awkward, but yeah, this boss requires a lot of skill, and if it's your first time, it can really take a long time.
hmm
There is room though, definitely to speed up this fight if you can get a knack for it. I do like that there are like platforms on the top screen, and so if you can like bounce off the boss, land on a platform, you can then jump back to the boss and hit it again before you fall to the ground at least once, depending on how good you are. So that is kind of neat. I suspect you could probably do this boss pretty quickly if you're really good at it.
If you know,
Uh,
if you know what you're doing, you could definitely like one or two cycle this
Definitely,
boss.
the problem for me is that the perspective and camera angle, they subtly drift on the
Yeah.
top screen, which means
Mm-hmm.
judging Sonic and the boss's positions for lining up a hit, I get up, I land on the platform, I jump with the boss, and I miss.
Yep.
Terrible. I usually just aim directly for the boss right out the chute, and that was easier, and then just didn't get an extra hit.
Yeah. Which, yeah, it's like it's not even that you can call it hard exactly, because avoiding damage and avoiding death is no problem.
Yeah, this boss has a
Right.
lot of downtime, unlike some of the other
Yeah.
bosses in this game.
because the bombs that he drops are not hard to dodge. Even as you play the
No.
fight, he drops them faster, but they're not hard to get out of the way of.
Not particularly.
And his only other attacks are like he can send one of his platforms down as like a horizontal sweeping saw blade kind of.
Oh yeah.
You can just jump over that, and it's not very fast. And then he has like a
Mhm.
missile, which again you can just move out of the way of. It's not very fast. He does have a charging attack toward the end of the fight, which I think becomes a desperation move on the final hit.
Yeah.
But again, it's not easy to, it's not hard to get out of the way of it. So it's not so much that it's hard. It's just that it's really boring if you're not good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, I'll give credit for it being different, but yeah, not great.
And then Whisker gets away yet a fucking again. So again, what was the point of any of this? It's like this game's
I mean,
story. This game has
it's
so much
standard Eggman
story with
fare.
nothing to say.
This game's plot might as well not be happening most of the time.
You say standard Eggman fare. I mean, in the classic games, sure.
Yeah.
But
Maybe not modern, but definitely
yeah,
classic
not as
standard
much.
Eggman.
Well, but the classic
Oh.
games don't have huge amounts of dialogue between stages.
This game,
Right, yeah.
I stand by the fact that this game has dialogue, like the amounts of dialogue borderline that of some shorter JRPGs.
Maybe. If you
The-
count like optional dialogue, sure.
Like the amount of dialogue in this game is insane for how little it's actually saying.
Yeah. I get why you stopped after this point, Kayla.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, that was not hard
I
to get.
must confess, I am not a true gamer. I could
It's
not
fine.
get past Sky Babylon.
I'm gonna be honest, it's really downhill after this.
I've failed
Yeah.
everyone.
Well, yes, the heroes find a tablet here saying the homeland of the ancient civilization is up north, and apparently the ruins are where the pirates have made their hideout.
Yeah, Blaze can just read ancient Babylonian.
Okay.
Ancient something again.
I mean, maybe it's not Babylonian. I don't.
No answers. We don't have answers.
No.
There will be more questions by the end of the game that we don't have answers to.
Oh, believe me, yes, there will be.
But you have to go underwater to get into the ruins. So Tails is gonna build a submarine. Time to grind, kiddies.
Yep,
So
this
fun.
is where I cheated.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, I was done with the grinding. I was done with this game by this point.
Yeah.
Actually, first we have an
Yeah.
earthquakes for some reason, and Blaze is like, "Oh, the Jeweled Scepter has control over tectonic activity, so that's probably the pirates' fault. What are they doing with it?"
I'm just fucking.
That's
you
a
know,
very
Being
having a
pirate,
good
good
time.
question.
goofing around.
I don't. Yeah,
just
I don't know.
vibing.
But yeah, it's funny that Blaze mentions that now. I literally up until this point, I just thought it was like a valuable artifact or something. I didn't realize it could do
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah, I thought it was just like had something to do with maybe Blaze's royal family or something.
which it does, but apparently it
I
also
guess
has
it
something
does
else.
kind of, but yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, we skip over the grinding.
Yeah.
And that leads to us building the Deep Typhoon, not to be confused with the Blue Typhoon from Sonic X. And the gameplay for this is it's Sonic Chronicles rhythm games.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. I suppose I didn't think about that. I suppose you're right.
I mean,
That
there's
game
only
would
so
be
many
terrible
takes
though
on.
if it was just rhythm games for like 2 minutes straight or something.
Yeah, there's only so many takes on move the DS stylus in this way at this time that I have. So I've never
I hate
played
the
Elite
sub.
Beat Agents.
I have. It's fun. It's kind of like this.
But thankfully, despite being that, it's not very hard.
No, it's not particularly hard.
I was really bad at it for some reason, which is weird because I'm
So-
really good at Sonic Chronicles. But this year, I like almost died every single time. I never actually
I think
died, but I got
died
close to
my
dying.
first time, and I did have to do the tutorial. But once I did the tutorial and understood how to do this was pretty easy.
So, we reached the pirate's hideout, but it's blocked by filler. Namely, a door with runes that have to be angled a certain way to unlock it. Fucking Temple of the Ocean King ass bullshit.
Oh god, this game really does just want to be Phantom Hourglass.
Even though
Thankfully-
Phantom Hourglass hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Whisker is a dumbass and tells us that 3 hidden islands hold the key to how the runes should be positioned. And yeah, I had hit all 3 of these in my playthrough before I even got here, and then
Yeah,
I had to
I hit-
replay them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I hit 2 of them. Had to replay the 2 I'd already hit.
Yep. Yeah. So, yes, Whisker. It doesn't just blab about it, but the heroes actually trick them into blabbing about it because they're like, "Oh, how do you open this door?" And then they're like, "Oh, I'll never tell you that you're supposed to open it this way." And then they're like, "Oh, huh. I bet you also won't tell us where to figure out how to like turn them in the right way." Like, yes, I'll never tell you it's on these islands.
That's not much of
and
a
then
trick.
that's when Minnie and Mum are like, "Well, yeah, he's an idiot," is my point.
Yeah.
Because my note here is that wow, Whisker is as dumb as like an Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog villain.
He kind of
Yeah.
feels like an Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog villain.
Basically.
But yeah, you have to go back to the islands even if you did them, which is just stupid.
And even better than that, all of them are bad. They're not fun.
No. Yeah, they're bad.
Namely, let's see. There's one that's just platforming that's kind of not good. There's one that is a minecart ride that is... Well, the 3D minecart ride is fine. It's the fact that you have to jump over gaps with the minecarts that makes it really tight on timing that I hate. And that's why I hate the snowboarding one, especially, because that thing is fucking impossible. They are so strict with the jumps on that well, I
Like
use save
snowboard?
states.
I think you got the Hidden Islands
Yeah,
mixed up.
Devin,
My notes
yeah.
for the Hidden Islands here are 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, those are not
Oh,
the
you know
right
what?
hidden
I'm thinking of
islands.
Blaze's
Blaze's Hidden Islands. I'm thinking of the ones for the Soul Emeralds.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say I didn't do any of those, so that's why none of those sounded familiar.
Okay, my bad. The other ones are just banal, not great platforming, right?
Yeah, they're just mid platforming.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually quite basic and inoffensive, but a waste of
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, spoiler alert for later in the game. The Blaze ones suck. I think it sounds like you guys didn't play those, but
Nope.
Nope.
all right.
You did say we would miss nothing if we skipped it, so I skipped it.
Yep, same.
Also,
You were
apparently we
not
did miss
missing
out
much.
on that terribleness.
All right.
So I guess that wasn't true, but oh well.
Well, you were not missing out on anything good, I guess is what I meant. But we
Could've
get the
skipped
locker
this
combo.
game and I wouldn't have missed out on anything good. Anyhow, yes, we have the combo now.
Yeah.
Yes. Sonic, Tails, and Blaze finally lecture Marine on how she's a liability before making the last journey.
I think I started just mashing through dialogue at this point, so I didn't read that.
Yeah. She gets up and runs away.
Yeah, fair.
Tails is like, Blaze, you were too harsh. And Blaze was like, no, I wasn't. She wouldn't have gone away unless I said that.
Blaze kind of has a point. She was definitely harsh, but Marine is kind of a liability.
Yeah. And
100%.
Sonic's like,
Marine does nothing useful. Well, okay. I mean, that's technically
She
not
does-
true. She does nothing that the heroes couldn't have done themselves.
Yeah, she does one thing
Mostly.
that's kind of useful later, but also not really.
Yeah, it really isn't. For
Sonic's
I'll
like,
get
oh,
there.
well, she's got to grow up sometime. And then in the background, she's planning to set out on her own, so she's going to fuck everything up.
Uh-huh.
What else is new?
Yeah, what the fuck else is?
So, we return to the door, and we spin the runes until they literally light up when they're in the right position, so clearly this wouldn't have been that hard to figure out without the stone tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Temple of the Ocean King. It's actually way worse in Phantom Hourglass. Drawing the
Oh
symbols
yeah, it
correctly
is.
was the worst thing. I could not do it because it
Oh
was
yeah.
so
No.
sensitive with the touchscreen. I much prefer this. So it literally tells you when you're doing it correctly. This
Oh
isn't
yeah,
even a
this
puzzle.
isn't. Oh yeah, no, this really isn't the puzzle is just going back and going through all the stages on the hidden islands again, because
Yeah,
you're
fair
likely to
enough.
have already gotten at least one or two of them.
Mhm.
All right. Well, final stage, final normal stage at least. The ruins of the past have been recreated. They have become the Pirates Island, and it looks like old school Venice for some reason.
Yeah, and I also hate this stage.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Sky Babylon, but it's
It's
pretty
not
bad.
as bad, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we'll get into why. Just want to note yet another fractured connection to Soliana because it looks like Venice again.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
huh?
But yes, it is full of pirate robots. It is full of crushing anchor traps, catapults to
Oh
launch
god,
Sonic.
I hate the anchors so much.
These
Water.
catapults don't work correctly. Sometimes they just didn't fling me
I
correctly,
had
and I don't
multiple
know
points
why.
where it would fling me like halfway, and then Sonic would just drop like a rock.
Yeah.
I repeatedly jumped off of them by accident because I was trying to do tricks still.
That might have happened to me actually, but it felt like they just stopped. They just didn't work.
It has water spouts that shoot water so fast that you can use it as a grind rail.
Mm-hmm.
That was so
Um,
weird.
That was really weird. You also have to aim them sometimes to specific locations.
It has floating, moving water spring things that are right out of Water Palace.
I hate that
Yeah.
too.
So I don't know. I think that some parts of this are fun, but
Mm,
by the second act, they get into that annoying design again, specifically with the one thing that I haven't mentioned, which, hey, just like the intro, you get to ride dolphins. Isn't that fun?
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's
No,
part of the Echo of the Dolphin timeline after all.
it's not fun. Because it is not fun because they have a dolphin riding section that has too much screen crunch to tell you where you're
Yes,
going.
thank God. Okay, thank God. I hated that section. I got stuck on that section last night and I had to come back to it this morning and my brain I got stuck in a death respawn loop, so it was so annoying I considered DNFing this game.
If you run into a wall, you instantly die.
If it just wasn't over a bottomless pit, it would be so much less annoying.
Well, the
Yeah.
really funny thing is you bang into a wall and then the dolphin just like keeps going. So like
Yeah.
the dolphin is like, you dare to steer me wrong, die. Like
it
it's
drops
just the
you.
dolphin being a jerk.
Basically,
They easily
yeah.
could have just made you lose rings or something.
Yeah,
Um,
rings, or again, just put it over a goddamn floor.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Dimps.
Yeah,
God, those
basically.
goddamn fucking dimps bastards.
Also,
There-
random note. You talked about the crushing anchors. For some reason, they crush you, make you lose rings, and then insta kill you. Which
Yep. The
that-
fact that they're an
what?
insta kill and they kill your rings and then insta kill you is just like it's insult on injury.
Quite
it
literally.
must be a bug or something.
Yeah, it reminds me of
I have a
the.
feeling they're supposed to just crush you, not.
It reminds me of the boss in
rings.
Advance 2, the one with the hand that has the double hitboxes.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
really was bugged. Yeah.
Yeah, which we just did Sky Canyon of this game.
Yeah.
So there's one more weird ass mechanic in this level, which is a waterfall wall thing. There's a
yeah.
passage that floods with water that goes so fast that you can't walk through it, and it specifically does it after you've spent a certain amount of total time in the level. It has a timer on it, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I must have not seen this. I don't know.
No, I noticed that there's
talking
like
about.
they get like blocked off if you go past a certain amount of time.
It's like a minute and a half or 2 minutes or something.
I believe the first one is a minute and the second one is 2 minutes.
Yeah, which is
So some pads are just locked out if you're too slow. Is that how that
Yep.
works?
Yep.
yeah,
Weird.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a really
that's
weird design choice.
another thing is just
Maybe that's the secret not annoying version of the level. I don't
maybe,
know.
but
I've
I'm
never
too
been
bad
fast
to-
enough to reach those.
yeah, I'm too bad to get that far. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yet another shit.
all this stuff is, yeah, it's just unbearable, especially for a game with limited lives. It's funny, you know, Sonic Rush, the life counter only goes up to 9 in that game.
Yeah.
This game has an additional 0 on the counter. I don't think I've ever had more than 9 because of this level in the last one.
Oof.
So, yeah. But at least we can relax with a nice, refreshing, cool, low-key boss fight.
Why are we playing
Those ever
Smash
been low-key.
Brothers?
Oh yeah, spoilers. So yeah, you get to the end of the stage,
Yeah.
and then Whisker's like, "Oh, okay, it's time to summon the ultimate evil, the greatest foe. All right, my minions, say the chant." And then the chant goes like, "Justice is not welcome. Kindness is not welcome." Like, okay,
God.
good cartoonishly evil as ever.
Sure, yeah.
Even though you don't really show it, you just kind of, it's just your aesthetic. And then Whisker's like, "It's me. That's my theme." And yeah, so Whisker is the boss, except not really, because then Johnny shows up for no reason. And it's like, I'm with Whisker. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I think I assumed, but I don't
He's
think we were
got
ever
Whisker's
told.
emblem on his chest, but everybody still acts like it is a surprise anyway, so...
Okay.
I must have not noticed because
as
I don't
far
pay
as-
attention to the sprites.
I saw Johnny a total of 1 time before this.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. When you go to get other Chaos Emeralds, it's not like you get more cutscenes with him, so...
That's the neat
Oh.
part. I didn't get other Chaos
Okay.
Emeralds.
Yeah. So yes, Johnny and Whisker together are the boss fight of this level. Where do
It
the
is like
robot
yeah.
parrots go? Who
Kinda,
knows?
yeah.
I don't really care about the whereabout parrots, so I don't give a crap.
It would
I
be
am
funny,
not-
actually, if they were attacks in this fight.
They're the third and fourth members of the fight.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
one of his attacks is to throw Johnny at you, so...
Oh yeah, that
I'm gonna
would
be honest, I didn't know what was happening through most of this fight.
Yes, this is the clumsiest fight in the game, where you can just keep taking
Yes.
damage, but as long as you keep grabbing your ring and keep hitting them, you won't
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, it was. I think this might be my least favorite boss fight in the game.
Nah, Sky Babylon is
no
definitely worse for me.
way.
No
Yeah, it's
way.
definitely
No,
worse.
Sky Babylon was. I don't. Actually, it might be tied. Actually,
Like, this fight
maybe.
isn't... yeah, it's kind of incomprehensible, and it does take a little bit, but it's not...
So,
okay, like, it's easy
my-
to just, yeah, damage boost your way to the victory, basically.
Yeah, my problem is just like I don't know. It felt like this was just, for lack of a better term, a clusterfuck.
Oh, absolutely.
And because of that, it was like,
It is
it's
poorly
very weird 'cause,
designed, I'll say that.
you know, it is 2 bosses at once. That's part of it. They have separate health
Yeah.
bars.
yeah.
It's funny because you can basically face tank everything. And
Yeah, this also has, like, a whole arena, but I never left the floor.
yeah, exactly. You know, they add
Oh, yeah,
saw
bounced
blades,
around
they
the
introduce
arena.
flamethrowers, ground stomp attacks. But the challenge is never a big deal. Ornstein and Smo, this ain't.
Yeah, I totally
yeah.
expected the other one to just get angry after defeating the first one, but they didn't. So yeah,
Nah.
the boss, if you just focus on one of them first, which
Yeah.
is kind of hard because like
I
they're
was
both
bouncing
always in your
between
face.
them. Yeah, I was
But
bouncing between them.
When you take out one, then the other one just proceeds as normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side note, the Johnny and Eggman, or, sorry, Whisker have different,
It might as well
have
be.
actual voice lines in this fight. But
Yeah,
my
they
point
do.
was, Whisker is not actually voiced by Mike Pollock in
Oh, it
English,
sure
which kinda
sounded
surprised
like
me.
it. Sure
Yeah.
sounded like it was Pollock.
Johnny and Whisker are bizarre because they're only in this game, and they have unique voice actors that do not voice any other character in the series.
Oh, really?
Fascinating.
Huh.
Yeah, which is also
It sh-
funny because the much more prominent
Huh.
character in this game, Marine, has never had a voice actress.
Oof.
Not that I
What do you think
necessarily
Marine
want
would
some of those
sound
lines
like?
voiced. What was that, Kayla?
What do you think Marine would sound like? Like
Australian.
What's the closest actor or actress you could think of?
Dank pods.
Kristen Shaw. In terms of voicing rambunctious little girls, I'm not sure you can get better than Mabel Pines.
Oh God.
Louise
Yeah, I
Belcher.
just want an actual Aussie to voice her, so therefore Dank pods.
I don't know any Australian actresses off the top of my head.
Dank pods is a fucking YouTuber, also.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So you beat that boss. You try to get the scepter back, but Whisker's like, no, he will bring his wrath down upon you if the scepter is lost.
Is it fucking God?
Who is he?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'll give you 2 guesses.
Yeah, you could probably get.
There are 2 correct guesses, kind
There
of.
are
actually.
2 correct guesses.
Yes, but he runs away again.
Of course.
Yeah, course.
Even the last boss. Nope. But hey, he's caught by Marine out here all on her own. Oh, she did it. Anyway, he got a free hostage.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
It really, yeah.
It is actually really funny though here because in order to distract Whisker, Tails is like, "Look, the jeweled scepter," and then Whisker's like, "What?" Even though he literally has it in his possession.
It's literally a Marty
The
McFly
trick.
or Adventures of Sonic with, I'm over there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's time for the standard final boss, the Ghost Titan, this thing is called. And according to the title card, this is not Pirates Island, but Big Swell Zone.
Yeah.
Why is it called that?
It's a big swell.
There's a big swell going on.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's an
Big
ocean
waves.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it refers to the waves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that can be used as a word for that. I never even thought of that.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were like pulling our leg for a second.
No.
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 No. Sorry, fucking Mario is missing voice acting.
Our vocal stems.
A little bit.
Anyway. Ghost Titan. It has lots of attacks, but it hangs out up in the sky for most of them, and most of its attacks you just use the impact of to destroy the electric barriers around the cannons on the sides.
This boss feels a lot like the Egg King in Sonic Rush.
Yeah. It's a little slower.
Yeah, I
and
guess kind of.
you say that, the music though sounds like off-brand Wrapped in Black.
Well, it uses the same brass loop as Wrapped in Black.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the music is obviously different.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just meant it's big robot that like
Yeah.
pummels you basically.
Yeah. This one feels less immediately threatening, if I'm honest. It just feels a bit slower.
Oh well, yeah, because it does come up and harass you directly sometimes, but a lot of the time it just hangs back and like shoots projectiles at you. And
Yeah.
so you have
Yeah,
to shoot yourself out of a cannon, which is different. That part is annoying because you have to aim at the boss, and at first it seems easy, and then the game just starts wigging out, having the reticle go all over the place, and I just keep missing. It's the worst thing.
Oh, I don't think I missed a single shot.
So,
Well, I mean, if you don't get a direct hit, you only hit it once. But if you get a
Oh,
more
okay,
direct
yeah,
hit, you can do more damage. So,
I
like,
guess in
not
that
a
case,
miss,
I
but like
did.
I didn't get it on.
I guess in that case, I did miss a few.
yeah. It's easier to bounce on than the Ghost Condor, but lining up the shot, it always feels tense, and yeah, it circles the weak point faster with each attack cycle, to the point where it's just fucking crazy by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Who's aiming
Yeah.
this?
That's a good question, actually.
But it's not a terribly difficult fight, so.
No. It does have a good variety of attacks. I was surprised, even as the fight went on, occasionally it would still pull out something new. So I'll give him credit for designing a lot of different.
Let's see. It
attacks.
has
Neat
lasers that
enough.
create explosions. It has missiles that you can knock sideways. It can launch its arms at you. Does it do anything else?
I can't remember.
Probably.
I don't know. It does end on a desperation attack, just like the Egg King. You just wait till the head's close enough and jump into it. It's really no trouble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, Captain Whisker is fucking dead, I guess, because we never see him after the robot explodes.
Yeah. I mean, he was a robot, so can robots die? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do robots have souls in Sonic? Who knows? But yeah, that's true. I don't know. He's just
Yeah.
gone.
So Sonic and Blaze win, robot explodes, we all are heading home. Everybody scolds Marine because they were like, you could have died, you stupid child. You know, it's funny to have Tails on that, by the way, because he's like at most 2 years older than her. But,
Way more mature though.
hmm
yeah, but, you know, it's too bad we couldn't recover the scepter. Oh, wait, Marine's most useful moment in the game is that she grabbed the scepter before the pirates sank into the sea, I guess.
Okay, I'll spoil like 2 seconds from now in our summary though, and say that this gets stolen real fast. So this effectively does nothing.
Well, I don't know. Would it have gotten stolen if it had something to see with them? Maybe.
Oh, well, if it hadn't been stolen, that actually would have been better. Except that I guess Blaze wouldn't have the scepter anymore. But
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
the day is
Dangerous
saved.
artifacts.
Roll the
Do you really need
credits.
to have them?
No loose ends to tie up. Sonic and Tails is still stuck here, but don't worry, that's the end of the game. They stay here forever.
Well, in my version, they
Share
did
your
because
home
I
free.
didn't get the emeralds and didn't bother with anything else.
What? Not
You
even a
didn't
save
even
file?
cheat?
Nope. No. Hey, well, that's the neat part. I looked for cheats. I could not find any all emeralds cheats, and I was too done with this game to try getting a save file working.
I sent the
blame
save
you.
file.
You did? Well, no,
Yes!
that's not. No, that's also not what I'm saying. I didn't want to play this game anymore.
Okay, well, I guess me and Lauren we're hemorrhaging personnel here.
I think this is very telling, and I blame no one.
All right. Well,
I mean, to be fair, I didn't even play a lot of the game either because, I skipped the grinding, I skipped the soul emeralds, I skipped the chaos emeralds. Why are the chaos emeralds in the soul dimension, by the way? They never explain
question.
this.
that's a
yeah,
good
huh.
question.
But I did play all the stages and the bosses at least, including this one that we're gonna have in a minute here.
Well, they do at least let you fast forward through the fake credits just because you know it's
Yeah.
not over yet.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, 'cause you
yes,
have a bunch of grinding and stuff.
the grind for this portion of the game. I don't
do.
mind so much Blaze's Soul Emerald missions. Those are not that big a deal because fighting bosses on hard mode is okay. And if the hidden islands didn't suck, I wouldn't care about playing them as Blaze.
Sure.
I already
You do
explained
have
how
to
they
do
sucked. I
lots
thought there
of-
was a different batch of hidden islands.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. You do
but
have to do
Sonic's
like a
side
bunch
of
of
this-
sailing and stuff though.
Yeah, Sonic's side of this is rough because, well, doing the Emerald races against Johnny is not that big a deal. However, the fact that you need to upgrade the water bike with material from Pirates Island means that you have to play a whole lot of Pirates Island, and
you have
the
to play
fact that
Pirates Island.
you can't only upgrade the water bike. In order to upgrade it the second time, you also have to upgrade every other thing because it upgrades them in sequence.
Mhm.
And you have to play a bunch of other levels because you need more materials even than that.
Wow, sounds like a blast. A real Sonic
Yeah.
Rush, if you might.
A real Sonic Rush.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
generally like this game's stages and bosses, but everything surrounding them, not good.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like most of the stages.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, if you play a million times, I get that.
I guess yeah, if you play multiple times, but like on my first
But-
playthrough, a good
Really?
half the stages are kind of awful.
Even the bosses, though, like I usually
The
don't
bosses
defend
are-
the bosses, even in my favorite
Mm.
Sonic games. For the
The
most part,
bosses
that's
are
weird
pretty.
opinion. I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know. Maybe I'm blinded by nostalgia. I don't know, but
Maybe you're just blind.
I don't think I am. I feel like I'm seeing stuff right now, but
Well, that's what they want you to think.
okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We get both
Please.
sets of emeralds, and we get a cutscene establishing we've been hanging out here for a while, and Tails is working on a machine to get them back home, while Marine is also working on a vessel of her own. However, Gardon, lazy fuck that he is, lost the scepter. It was stolen in the night. That was your entire
You
job.
son of a bitch.
I mean, to be fair, he never really had a chance because main series villain and evil copy were behind it, as you might guess.
Oh, gasp. Yeah, Blaze also says the scepter is the key to something called the power of stars. This is our first time hearing about this.
We don't hear
Um,
much more about it either.
Yeah. And Tails is like, huh, it did seem like the pirates were acting on whims other than just their own, and there was that line about invoking his wrath, whoever his is. So I guess
you
we're
might have
following
thought
that
it
up
was
now.
the Ghost Titan, but no, it wasn't.
I mean, that was just a mech, but yeah.
Well, Whisker is just a robot. What's your point?
It's a robot piloting a robot. Whatever. But
Wait,
from
was
the...
Whisker piloting the Ghost
Yeah.
Titan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I legit did not notice that. What the heck?
I assume so. Actually, I don't know.
I think it's implied. I guess it's implied that he's.
I mean, when-
piloting it.
That
Wait, does
thing
Whisker
grabs him-
pilot the other things too?
I don't
don't-
think so.
I think all of them.
Okay, I assumed that he didn't.
But it grabs Marine, and then he's the one talking as if he's holding her. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, huh. Okay, then you're probably right that Whisker did get exploded.
Anyway, but from beneath the sea rises another robot that really looks all like all the other ones. But also
Kind of.
the cackling of a madman, because this does have a slightly different mustachioed logo on it.
Oh yes,
It's
finally.
the egg.
It's Dr. Eggman, conspicuously absent from the rest of this game.
Yeah, so I assume one of the Eggman made Whisker, right?
Yeah, Dr. Eggman created Whisker. He was looking for that power of stars because he wants to take over the Sol Dimension. So he got Whisker to do his dirty work for him. And he has the
This
scepter,
game
obviously.
finally. Well, I guess there are a few other good lines throughout this game, not that much. But as soon as Eggman shows up, I'm happy. I really like that Sonic is just like, "What are you doing here?" And then Eggman's like, "Wouldn't you like to know?" Well, I suppose I'll just tell you. He can't help himself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know? Well, here's what I'm doing.
Also,
But yeah, apparently he just wanted the scepter, and yes,
Eggman Nega is here, which is not to say that they colluded on this, because he isn't involved initially. It's really weird. But specifically, Eggman says, "I figured you'd be here too," to him.
okay. So that confused me. You're right. That is what he says. But later, you're making me question now but I'm pretty sure that at one point he says the two of us worked together to do this afterwards. And he just meant, I figured you'd be here to gloat in Sonic's face right now, because there's no reason that Eggman needs to show up right at this moment. He just has to, because gotta
Maybe? I
say,
guess
"Hey,
I'll
Sonic,
look back
stop
through
me."
my footage and tell.
I'm pretty darn sure.
And it's especially strange because, we not that long ago did Sonic Rivals. So how does this game connect to that one? I have to imagine
It doesn't.
I don't
I
think
have
it
to
does.
imagine that this game takes place before Rivals 1. There are some reasons I think are good to think that, because the last time we saw him, he had
Alright.
imprisoned his ancestor. This game never mentions how they're related, by the way. But he had gone rogue. So if they're not working together from the start here, maybe that makes sense in a way, but it would also rely on Eggman not holding a grudge and letting him tag along, which doesn't feel right.
No, I just figured Rivals 2 didn't happen, or Rivals didn't happen. I find it funny that Marine instantly is like, that guy looks a lot like Whisker, and no one ever caught on that Whisker was obviously an Eggman robot.
Apparently not, yeah. So, yeah, conveniently ambiguous wording, but probably makes sense to still put Rivals 1 after this. Especially since he's back to his antagonist role in 2 anyway. But Eggman is piloting, the Egg Wizard is the name of this robot, and he's got the scepter, which is giant in its hands for some reason. Is it normally that big?
Okay, there's literally a cutscene where it gets bigger, I guess because it's activated. That was my assumption.
Okay, I
Like,
guess
you
I
can
forgot
see
about
it. It's
that.
normal size, and then it gets bigger, and then the Egg Wizard grabs it.
Okay, I just misremembered. So yeah, he dives underground with that, and Tails is like, "Oh, well, good thing that unmentioned up to this point, I built the Magma Hurricane for exactly this purpose. Did you buy it at the same dealership as the Egg Carrier 2, Tails?
Oh yeah, probably.
Didn't make me grind for this one, did you?"
Thank God.
Well, good, and you don't actually have to play a section with it, which I really expected you would have to.
Yeah, you might as well have done nothing and had them just, fly into the volcano on the island. But yes, the Eggmen get the scepter underground, and they activate it, and yes, that turns it huge, so I not only misremembered my own experience, I recorded it in my notes and I forgot about it.
Okay, I had to check. After Nega appears in the cutscene here, he does say the power of the stars, according to my research, is right underground beneath us. So that would definitely make it seem like Eggman and Eggman Nega worked on this together, unless Eggman showed up and was just about to be like, "I don't know what I'm supposed to do now that I have the staff," and then Nega just showed up immediately.
It's very wishy-washy. I don't know. Could be, but yeah, it's funny. They say the Chaos and Sol Emeralds are nothing compared to this, and is this the power of the stars? They don't show anything about what the power does. It just vibrates the screen during this.
Oh yeah, they do not elaborate on what the heck this is at all. It's just a power. It's just a thing.
I suppose. But there is something notable here about Nega's personality, because his goal has nothing to do with world domination. Eggman wants world domination, but the other guy says, "I want an age of chaos and fear among people." So he is
All right.
working with Ivo out of self-interest to some extent.
Yeah, that checks out after the fight as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that. But Sonic and Blaze go super/burning because the Chaos and Solemn Worlds are not, in fact, nothing compared to this.
Yeah, I didn't believe that line. I think it's just exaggerating.
Typical Eggman arrogance, yeah.
Yeah.
So, true final boss time. Deep Core, it's called. And I don't super remember what the final boss of Rush 1 was like. I feel like this is pretty similar to it, though.
Yeah, this boss ain't got nothing on that boss. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like that boss was amazing, but this boss is really not good, in my opinion.
I thought it was mostly unremarkable.
This boss, you mean?
Yeah, this one. You dash around collecting rings so you don't die, obviously. You get stunned if you get hit. You reflect attacks with Sonic, shoot fireballs with Blaze, and that's it.
Yeah, I just mean this boss is boring and doesn't require any thought, because in Rush, at least you had like some sort of escalation, like the music picked up, the boss got different attacks and stuff. I mean, this boss does have that too, but it feels more arbitrary because you like deplete its health bar and then it just comes back again and has more health, and then you do it again and then it just has more health. So it's like you just make a bigger health bar or something. I don't know. And the problem is in Rush with Blaze, you had to like charge up an attack, so it took a little bit of skill, even though that you didn't have to deflect. In this boss, you can just mash. It's really broken.
Yeah.
You can just mash the attack button. So basically, it's just boring. It just dies. You win. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's kind of mindless, isn't it?
It doesn't take as much thought. Yeah. Also, like, this is the weakest final boss music I've heard in a while.
I'll take your word on it.
I'm trying to remember what the final boss music sounds like, which is probably a bad sign.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Well, the thing is, kind of mindless and easy. It's still above average for a Supersonic boss.
I guess.
You know,
I
I fucking hate the Sonic Advance
Hmm.
Supersonic bosses, for instance.
Yeah, supersonic bosses are always clunky.
Mm.
The thing is, like I said, this one is just too brain dead easy. I think I might edge out some of those over this one. I don't know. It didn't really much of an impression. Really,
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, in any case, we win, and he starts exploding. Eggman starts doing his usual curse you Sonic routine, but Nega, he has different ideas, because he shouts, "Time to die, fools," and launches something called
Jesus.
the Planet Buster Laser.
So they just have a planet nuke.
Why would you build that, Eggman?
Oh, well, I was about to explain that. I assume this was installed so that if he got in a pinch, Eggman could like bluff and be like, "I'll blow up the planet if you guys don't do something that will benefit me."
Yeah, maybe.
But he wouldn't just fire it. He would not to actually be used, except as a very, very last resort. But yeah, Nega is just, he probably just wanted this initially, and he probably didn't do it right off the bat because Eggman didn't want it. But now he's like, nah, nothing to lose.
Yeah, I like that this illustrates the difference between the two of them, that Eggman would lose me like, alright, I'll have to figure this out, but the other guy's like, fuck it, kill everything.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, this is either a hint towards his Sonic Rivals persona or a continuation of it. Robot winds up the laser, it's ready to destroy everything, but is caught off guard and diverted by a blast of something.
Yeah, the camera goes over and it's Marine, but she's not holding a gun or anything. So, like, what?
Yeah, it's a
Ship?
blast of something from Marine, and her hand is coated in blue something.
Okay.
Which
Just
is-
the power of power.
This is
The
one of the
power-
weirdest things about the game. This is the biggest question mark surrounding this game still. Marine diverts the attack with some kind of hidden special power, but it is the most vague and completely ambiguous power any character in this series has ever had. What is it?
Huh.
I don't know.
We don't talk about it at all. It just
No,
happens.
they don't. The ball that hits them is green. Her hand is covered in blue. And you want to know how bad this gets. There is a Sonic compendium, a compendium of Sonic games called the Encyclopedia that is written by
Yeah.
Ian Flynn. And in the section on Marine, he writes, she also may have mysterious water powers. It kind of looks like water on her hand.
Oh my gosh.
And he
My
worded
God.
it that way with an ellipses and a question mark in hopes that Sega would correct it to clarify. They just left it untouched.
Oh, so that
So-
was like a
Right.
placeholder, like, oh, the editors will fix this, and they didn't.
And then the editors didn't. Wow.
So
Fascinating.
I
That
guess
is
the fact that this
wild.
doesn't change, they didn't change that means this Maya is, if this is anything, I guess it's hydrokinesis of some sort.
Yes, or maybe Sega just doesn't know either.
Her name is Marine to go with Blaze, so I guess
Yeah.
this
Oh, I
character's
only
not
just thought
in
that.
this character's not in any other canon games, so we have no way to know. In fact, she's not even in the comics. Flynn tried to put her in once, and Sega said no.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
because Sega
comic?
hates this character too. Honestly,
she's
I
in
agree.
Archie, not in IDW.
Okay, that's what I was
Oh,
like. She's an
okay.
Archie. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, IDW
Oh,
is
yeah.
still pretty young, so who knows?
Yeah, this is the one useful thing Marine does in the game, I guess. I don't know. It would have been no loss if this whole world got blown up, honestly. I mean, like, Blaze would never
Oof.
home, so that'd be sad, but, like, this whole dimension
Oof.
wasn't that interesting.
Bear.
Ouch. Is this like the honeymoon phase is over for you, Lauren? Where like you loved the Sonic Rush, and then you're like, oh, I wonder what Blaze's dimension could be like, and then you find out, and you're like, oh, I guess not.
I did. I don't think I mentioned it. It was kind of surreal starting this game. Like, wow, continuation of Sonic Rush.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see after all this time. But it's nothing like I would have envisioned it. No, yeah, I don't want this.
Well,
Yeah, no.
I'm very sorry. But either way, I guess Blaze's Marine's powers don't matter much because it just gave Sonic and Blaze the chance to beat the shit out of the robot and save the day. So
Yep.
we're finally concluding. Tails has finished his ship to return home called the SS Tornado EX.
Extreme.
It also, I guess, just doesn't really do anything because Tails says that the emeralds just do all the work themselves. So is this just a bowl gravy boat?
Oh, I think it's like when Eggman built a device to harness the power of the emeralds.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the combination of things.
Sonic says the Chaos Emeralds and Sol Emeralds are like north and south on a magnet, and that basically all they need to do is open the portal to open the portal is bring them together.
Wait, what?
Um,
What the fuck? What does that mean?
Ah.
Should have said two sides of the same coin or something.
Sonic also
No,
implies that
no,
the
there's
emeralds
a-
are sentient and made all this happen on purpose, so I don't know. Maybe he's just fucking saying shit.
Maybe Sonic's just saying shit to just.
No,
make
the north
the
and
sound-
south poles. The idea he
Well,
was
so I
likening it
get-
to magnets that repel and attract
So
each other.
I get that. I do get that. But also, like, what? I don't
Devin
know,
is
maybe I'm
right
just
though that
dumb.
he's like, oh, maybe the Chaos Emeralds brought me here for a reason, which is bizarre because the Chaos Emeralds are never portrayed with a will in this series, and
Yeah, I don't think they've ever been
like,
portrayed like that.
Sonic uses them a lot, but like he doesn't have like a link to them, so I don't know
Sure.
why they would do that with Sonic in particular. Yeah, it's strange.
Also, Bruce just sent me something. Marine is in part of the IDW comics. I was just wrong. That
I thought okay.
Flynn meant to have her find Sonic when he ends up in the Sol
Okay.
Dimension at one point, but they vetoed that. So that was what I was saying.
Okay. Yeah. She's in it briefly. That's what's.
He's not in it
main
much.
thing.
Anyway. So, yeah, I guess the Emeralds wanted to save the world, or maybe they didn't.
Maybe the emeralds
Yeah,
are
so they just
wrong.
came here, I guess, and that's why.
But also the Scepter is back at the altar in Coral Cave, which doesn't seem that safe to me. What do I know?
Yeah,
See,
shouldn't
this
it
is
be,
why I
like-
thought that being buried under the ocean might have been better.
Yeah, no kidding.
Maybe.
But finally, Marine shows off her new water bike she made and resolves to explore the world. It's got her face on it, as we specified. And then Tails is like, she starts crying about them leaving. Tails is like, this isn't goodbye for good. And that's funny because this game is 18 years old and they've never seen her again.
It's not
Even though
goodbye
she
for
is
good.
in the comics, I don't think she's actually interacted with Sonic or Tails since then. Although I could be wrong about that too, since apparently I forgot she was in it at all. But Sonic and Tails go home and the game is over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like this game.
I don't.
We
So-
were so positive last week.
I know it's such a dip in quality. That's why I posted the y'all got any fun? We got a abysmal dog shit meme.
Yeah, but I don't think that takes away the fun that we were having. I mean, maybe it does for you. I don't know.
No,
it
it
was less
doesn't.
than half the game. That
Yeah,
was,
that's
that
the
was
thing. It
maybe
was
fun.
like Yeah, that's
We did not do even halves here. It was definitely more of the game this time, especially when you add on the grinding they expect
the
you
grinding
to
we
do.
we would have been
Um,
doing.
But even if you just have the side quests and stuff that are actually required, so they're not side quests, they're just distractions. Yeah, like
Mm.
the stages themselves and the bosses, the core part of the game is maybe not the worst, although yeah, some of the stages really have the bad side of dimps shown off in full. Um,
Mhm.
but
Last
but
two
for me, there's
mostly.
just so much extra stuff that you don't need. I don't want to play Phantom Hourglass when I'm playing a Sonic game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to do an adventure game, but then only do the bad parts of basically what an adventure game is, wasting my time a lot of the time between the good stuff.
This
Or-
I
yeah.
have likened this. I consider this the Sonic Unleashed of 2D games, where I can have plenty of fun with the main
Okay.
stages. Maybe not Sky Babylon, and I would say that core gameplay, is a good follow up to the original. But then there's just this layer of styrofoam in between everything, where it's just padded.
It's got a lot of filler to it that doesn't need to be there.
Also, it's not like this was a strong suit of the first game, but certainly in the second game, and I'm bringing it up specifically because the second game has so much dialogue. The story is way less in this game. Like, yeah, you mentioned that Whisker just runs away all the time. Like,
Hmm.
what does this plot
Yeah,
amount to? Eggman discovered that there was a powerful scepter and decided to steal it, and then they stole it, and then and then Sonic took it back from Eggman, and that was the whole plot basically. Just a whole lot of other stuff, like running around trying to get the scepter basically the whole time.
thi-
That's all it
this
is.
Yeah.
is
In the first game, at least, you introduce like, oh, there's another parallel dimension. Oh, there's another parallel Eggman, and oh, look, here's Blaze the cat, a new interesting character. And like, oh, the dimensions are colliding. Like, no, it wasn't done in a super elaborate way, but there were things that like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, okay,
yeah. Well, and you
I'll
got
see what's
Blaze's
gonna
whole
happen
character
next.
arc, and it's not like that
But
felt rushed. Um,
true. Yeah, Blaze. I don't think Blaze was okay. I mean, I'm very happy to play as Blaze in a game. That's great, but like, yeah, their character didn't really get much in this game.
Yeah, because this game, if it's, I guess if anyone has a character arc, it would be Marine, but I don't like her for one thing. Um, and no matter how much you have her, you don't need to do this much. This is the more is less school of writing,
Yeah.
and the last connection between this and Unleashed is that both these games have a bunch of extra acts that I fucking hate. And this game is shorter than Unleashed, so I don't think I get as exhausted, but I also skipped over the grinding, and I suppose I'm going to be skipping over Metal Collection and Unleashed, so... I guess I'd rather play Rush 1, in terms of,
Yeah.
Everything except core level and boss design, and even then, some of those are still bad in this game, so... I don't know. I guess it's the Dark Age of Sonic for a reason.
Indeed.
Kind of, yeah.
But you know what? It is certainly better than whatever Sonic Rivals 2 is about to give us next time on Deep Dive Zone.
That
Yeah,
episode is just going to be
probably
me
pretty fair.
incoherently screaming.
Well, that'll be entertaining for the viewers. It'll be fun.
Recording
Really?
from a mental asylum.
Yeah, we may have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that sentence.
good job.
Okay.
My brain's
Well-
a little smoked.
In any case, thank you to my lovely co-host for being here with us, and thank you to our viewers for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next week for another exciting episode, and take care.